I'm going to be reading a chapter from our book called Instigating, The Man Dolls and the Shopper. When you finally decide to go to Onely, the store that everyone you know is shopping at except for you, you can't believe it took you so long. The place is magnificent and sprawling, with aisle upon aisle of different man dolls, each enclosed in an individual glass case of the same size, 7 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. There are dolls of every age, clothing style, haircut, eye color, nose shape, and skin tone imaginable, all lined up in organized rows. The interior decor at Onely is minimal, with muted colors and no artwork on the walls or fancy displays in the floor-to-ceiling windows. Onely has stripped away the excess and kept only what is necessary. It all looks so simple, you say out loud as you look around in wonder. The challenges of trying to find a man doll before Onely opened were time-consuming and unreliable. You never knew where to find a doll you wanted in stock. Friends would recommend dolls, but you never liked them. Sometimes a man doll would be displayed in a window, but when you would inquire about purchasing it, you would find out that the doll was in fact not for sale. But every man doll in Onely is for sale. It's a convenient one-stop shop. You walk down the aisle marked 22 to 34 and glide your finger across the glass box of a man doll labeled Elliot. You read the box, which lists just a few facts. Elliot was manufactured in Park Slope, is 27 years old, and is part of the limited edition filmmaker line. You roll your eyes and lean in close to get a better look at Elliot with his slouch beanie and flannel shirt. Limited edition, my ass, you whisper under your breath. This is just a repackaged, unemployed man doll. You keep walking and pass a sexy nerd man doll labeled Davy, a freelance man doll labeled Scott, and a party boy man doll labeled Luke. The smile on the party boy line of dolls is so engaging. You are instantly drawn to it, but a voice in your head reminds you this is a bad idea. You previously owned a party boy man doll labeled Logan. The doll had been traded in by someone who was tired of it, and you were duped by the enthusiastic salesman at the secondhand store. Logan will be the life of the party, the sales clerk told you, noting that the box promised endless energy. A couple months later, you realized the doll needed Adderall in order to function properly. You hadn't read the disclaimer carefully enough. The returns department was a huge hassle, and the entire process got drawn out another month, with you almost deciding to keep Logan, but then going through with the return after all. Don't make the same mistake again, you chant to yourself, reminded of the horrible buyer's remorse. You walk further down the aisle and stop at a dark-eyed, intellectual man doll labeled Julian. It was manufactured in Westchester County and is holding a Harvard diploma in its left hand. You lift up the paper flap on the label to read more information. Like a good brew, love a good book, need a good girl. Just as you are sure you have decided on Julian, you spot a doll labeled Logan next to it. Oh my God, it's your Logan. Well, your ex-doll, the one you returned. Fuck, you shout as you duck down. Shit, fuck. You crawl down the aisle on all fours. It's not even fucking activated, you remind yourself. It's not even fucking activated. Still, you can feel Logan's frozen eyes burning into the back of your head. Of course, Logan gets refurbished after I return it, you mutter as you finally lift yourself up once you're out of eye line. You continue down the aisle. You write down the SKU number for a chiseled sporty man doll labeled Ty, a blonde-haired entrepreneur man doll labeled Cooper, and a kind-eyed boy-next-door man doll labeled Corey. A pounding headache begins pulsing in the back of your skull. The overabundance of choices is starting to feel more taxing than helpful. Relieved to have reached the end of the aisle, you turn the corner expecting to see a checkout counter. You gasp. There are hundreds more aisles, just like the one you spent the last 4 hours shopping in, all marked 2234. Thousands of glass cases, some stacked on top of one another, line the aisles. You see now that the store is 10 times larger than any Costco warehouse you've ever been in, all filled with man dolls. You've barely scratched the surface. You feel dizzy and begin running down the aisle. It doesn't end. The dolls, which can last a lifetime if you choose the right one, or a couple days if you choose a faulty one, all begin to look indistinguishable from one another. You are angry at this uncurated marketplace of dolls that claim to be a simpler way to shop. You will never be able to do them all. You close your eyes and blindly choose a doll off the shelf. You grip the large brass handle on the side of the case, and with all your force, you hoist it off the shelf and drag it toward the front of the store. Your cheeks are flushed, your eyes bloodshot, and sweat glistens off your forehead. "How can I help you?" says the woman behind the counter. "I'd like to purchase this man doll." You pant, out of breath. She scans the barcode. "Oh dear, I'm sorry, but it looks like this man doll is reserved." What? You shout. I thought all man dolls at Onely are available. They are, she says, but it looks like another customer snatched it up just minutes before you. But I didn't even see any other customers in here. I thought I was the only one in the store. Yeah, it's designed that way. It's better for everyone. I can add your name to the wait list in case it's returned. You shake your head no, knowing better than to waste your time waiting around for a doll that might never be returned. You take a deep breath and compose yourself. You turn around and you walk back toward aisle 2234.